Welcome to Life Without the Game, everybody. It's your host, Baron Harris. Thank you guys for tuning into episode 3. Today on Life Without the Game, we got the man behind the chair, keeping the culture fresh, Philly the Barber. More than just clippers and fades, he's a storyteller, entrepreneur, and much more. Let's get into it.
My guy. Bro, that was a fire intro.
You mess with that, bro?
Bro, okay, so I'm one about giving people their flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I'll take the humble road, dog. I really will. Most times I'll be like, all right, cool. But this time I'm actually going to take the flowers. That was dope, bro. That was probably the dopest intro I've heard in a while.
I appreciate that, fam.
Brother, was good.
How you feeling?
Good, man, good. Off season, Clippers still moving. During the off season, they move a lot because everybody comes into LA. Yeah. Which is, a given. People want to come to the West Coast. Yeah. Either, people like CJ, Jaden and them coming home, or people just coming to visit. Besides the normal day-to-day and the traveling. So summer for me, off season is always busy. But yeah, I'm good.
It's not too busy, is it? Keeping time away from family, still get time with the fam?
So I'm learning how to manage both, right? Learning how to manage, like, when I'm with my family, my kids, right? It's like their time. Yeah. But I know when I have to turn it up too, and my wife does a good job of, like, letting me do that and do what I got to do. So.
Fam, I feel like I just seen you not too long ago. The last time I seen you, I was at the shop.
Yeah.
But before that, we was hooping.
Yeah.
Do you still be on the court hooping?
Bro, so one thing about me, bro, I hold a lot of weight, gang, but I can move, dog.
I know
and
you can.
And I got a little jumper, right? So I tell everybody when we hoop, I said, look, I'm not going to be the best defender, right? Yeah. But I'll set a damn good screen.
Oh, here we go.
And I'll pick and pop, right? But, like, don't count on me to, like, bring up the ball, you know what I'm saying? I'll spot up shoot, and I'll set a good screen, bro, and I'll contest, right? So, like, as far as, like, everybody that knows their roles, I definitely know mine. I try to preach that to everybody on the court.
I don't know, fam. Last time I was there when we were hooping, fam, you were doing everything. You was trying to do everything.
I was trying. I mean, so I'm definitely going to try. That's one thing. But trying is half the battle, right? Being able to do it is the other half. And I'll definitely try. You'll never – so, like, one thing I tell my daughter, right, I've never missed a soccer game, especially if I'm in town, right? If I'm out of town ever, bro, for the 3, 4, 5, 6 years, right? I'll literally – if someone tells me she has a game tomorrow and it's at 8 a.m. and I got haircuts from 6 to 11, no in between, I'm moving everything around because one thing I pride myself on is being available for my family, right? So those are very important memories, right? For instance, when I played Pop Warner, I used to play fullback and D end. My pops was always working because of the job he had. He didn't get to see me score my first touchdown, things of that sort, right? So those are memories that I want her to look over and be like, oh, there's dad still, whether she's, so every time before she starts a game, I always say, look, what does daddy want? And she always says effort. So I just want her to give her effort. So translate that to what I'm doing on the court, whether it's LA Fitness, pick up runs here and there. I'm going to give effort, at least to my best ability, right?
Should, bro.
Right? I don't want to be called out for, you know what I mean?
Fire,
not even trying, you know what I mean?
I like what you give to your daughter like that. She doesn't know exactly what that is, but the fact that you give her that time, which is important, I think that's really dope. And secondly, I'm the player. I don't know if you remember, but I was the player that I'm shooting from anywhere. Now, the homies watching this and my friends, like, don't start with all that. Like,
that's where CJ gets it from, gang.
CJ's a ball hog. He's
you can
not
say that.
Passing the ball. He's not passing the ball. Me, I'm gonna pass the ball if you're open, or I'm gonna take the shot. And if I'm probably making a couple out of 10 or something like that, but I'm back on defense. Like, my defense is impeccable.
Okay.
But
I respect that.
People try to say that's a trash player, but that's really not.
I respect that.
You know what I mean?
It was so cool. Last time, man, shout out to CJ. Last time, pretty much all the times I invited him to my runs when he's in town, he'll show up. Yeah. And last time he came, I had him and Jalen there. Yeah. And it was cool to see them on the same court because, these guys are all pro athletes that are just the ballers, you know what I mean, at their sport. Just beasts, bro. But to see them, like, on when they're on the field, they're usually, if they're against each other, they're going at each other, right? Facts. But now it's like a team setting. You see the crazy athleticism with Jalen, right, jumping out the gym.
Yeah, now he be trying to slam.
And then you see CJ, and he's just trying to shoot everything, right?
Just a
And when
shooter.
I've seen him get hot, was really cool. The time before the last, I had CJ and Jello pull up.
Okay.
And we was on different teams, and bro, it was such a vibe, bro, because you know, we had Jello who played right, little bit of NBA and then do the G League, but all the way growing up. Then you had CJ, who's obviously a NFL quarterback, but to see that on the court, it's like, bro, your talent was crazy. Still, no matter what.
Is it at the same spot that we hooped at last time? I don't remember where.
So my runs are usually in Orange County, Coladera Sports Center.
We went somewhere far. That's all I remember.
I think when we went to.
I feel like it was by San Diego or something like that.
It was like Seal Beach or something like that. I don't remember. It was my first time there at that place we went.
For real?
But the runs I usually host are closer to me, like probably 15 minutes more south from my shop.
Let me know the next time you got the
Bro, they're fire.
I want to spin back to your daughter. You have 2 kids?
I have two kids. My daughter, man, she changed my life, bro.
Yeah?
She changed my life.
Firstborn?
Yeah. My firstborn. Yeah, she changed my life.
Is that a real thing? Not just change your life, but like having a daughter specifically.
So to go like into the faith talk, my daughter, so my wife, she wasn't my wife at the time. She was my fiance. But when she told me she was pregnant, I grew up in a pastor's home. My dad was a pastor, right? Pastor kid, right? When my wife told me she was pregnant, it was something that I wasn't ready for, but I knew I couldn't do it without God. And that was like a sign for me to kind of cry out and be like, all right, I'm not going to do this alone. Yeah. So like each year, like she just turned 10 a few weeks ago, I always tell her like, baby, you changed my life, right?
Yeah, wow.
Now my son, years ago when I was younger, my dad told me, he was like, because I got 2 older sisters, right? And my dad said, son, like, I really wanted a son. And when I prayed and I told God, I said, if you give me a son, I'll teach him to love you. Yeah. And he made that promise to God. So I'll never forget that. So when my wife was pregnant with our second one, I told God, if you give me a son, I'll teach him to love you. Wow. And we got another mutual friend who I'm not going to drop his name, but I told him the same thing. I said, look, man, I don't got all the secrets, but this will work for me. And he did the same thing, and he got a son too, bro. Wow. So, I got 2 kids, 10 and 3 years old. Yep.
How has it been being a father?
It's dope, man. So like any man who has a daughter, me, you know, I was rough around the edges, bro. Like, you know, like my dad was there, but he wasn't.
Wait, where are you from?
So I'm from East LA.
Okay.
Right. Grew up around all of it, but never really like participated in it because I was a part of the church too. So like I knew better. Yeah. You know what I mean? But my friends who were still had somewhat of an influence on me, right?
Got you.
But that being said, my daughter, any man who kind of like has grown up with a kind of tougher environment or just been through, you know, been battle tested, if you have a daughter to start off as your first child, it softens your heart, bro. It teaches you how to love again. And that's what my daughter did for me. She taught me how to love again. She taught me how to just, in a way, be vulnerable, bro. You know what I mean? To love on them, to just be a girl dad fully, right? Yeah. And then I feel like that needed to happen. And God was kind of sending a message like, you know, this is going to teach you how to love again in a sweet, you know, because you can't be rough with your daughter.
No,
you got to be sweet to her, loving her, you know, princess, all that stuff, right? Then once I figured that out, that's when God said, all right, now you're ready to raise a son to a man. And that's what the process I'm at now. Like, I know how to, you know, treat my daughter, and now I'm still learning how to, you know, be a father to my son. So it's like everything came with a process. I couldn't explain it, but it just happened the way it had to. And I was happy with it, dude.
That's a blessing. You plan on having more now?
I mean, you always want more, you know what I mean? So it's just one of those things like, is it going to happen? Yeah. If it's not, we're cool. But if it does, like, what a blessing. So it's really up to God.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
How did you get into cutting hair?
That's a cool story, bro. So,
like, where did it start?
Okay, so the love of cutting hair started when I was a kid. And the reason why is because, and I didn't realize it at the time, but I used to ditch school and go hang out at the barbershop, bro. And
it's like one of them old school movies.
Man, so what happened is the barbershop, like, you know, everything happens in the shop. I was just so, like, infatuated with, right? So whether it was, you know, that was shooting dice, you know what I mean? You learn about the birds and the bees, everything. Things of that sort, right? And then, like, just guy talk, you know, joking, roasting each other, all that stuff. So like I didn't do it all the time. It wasn't like I was there every 3 days a week or whatever. But when I wanted a haircut, I knew my best chance to get one is if I went during school, right? And it started like middle school, right? And then not like during, you know, elementary or whatever. And then I'll go once, right, boom, 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 get a cut. And I just always loved like being in there, the feeling leaving, the smell of the aftershave, like all those things kind of like, oh, that's dope. And then in high school, I got a set of clippers, right? And my parents knew, like, if they gave me money, it was going to go to, like, things that they didn't approve of, whether it was, like, drinking or things like that. Like, but first, I don't condone that to underage kids, so let me start there, right? Like, let me start there at all. But in high school, I knew that I had to make some bread. So what I did is I got clippers, right? And I just started cutting up my friends. And I noticed that I was starting to get repeating customers in high school. And it's not that it was good, but they were like good enough to get by for me and my friends. So I'll use that money to get like, you know, on Friday nights, you want to get like a new shirt or you want to go out and get some drink, whatever, right? Like some that I don't approve of, but that's what I just did. Like it was, you know what I mean? So not at that moment exactly, but when I went back to it, I knew that it was like some way of providing, right? To get some like bread in my pocket. So yeah.
Dang, do you remember the first person you cut?
Probably my dad. Your
dad let you give him
Oh, yeah, I messed him up. If not my dad, I really can't remember. Shoot. Probably, you know, friends. I don't, like, not really the first person because, like, you know, it was probably myself a lot. Like, I cut my own hair for a while, right? Like, a long time. So, the very first person, nah, but I'm sure it wasn't a good haircut, bro. I'm almost certain it wasn't a good haircut. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, yeah, it's not good.
Growing up in the household you grew up in, your pops wasn't a barber either, right?
No.
Like what was his?
So my dad was a sheet metal engineer. So he pretty much like, you look at some of these buildings, or you go into like a, like kind of what we see up here, these little, they call them ducts here, but he puts those in buildings, right? And he got so good at his job that they made him a foreman, and then he became partner in his job. So his job takes him all over the country. So that's why I said, like, he was there providing financially because, you know what I mean, money, we had a house. We were never, like, broke or anything, right? We had food, right? Not like we were balling, but we were getting by, right? Right. But his presence wasn't there, right? So, like, there was times where I was like, man, sometimes I wish I was broke just to have my dad around so I can. Some of my friends did, and like I said, when I scored my first touchdown, my dad wasn't there because he was providing, right? And these are some of the sacrifices he made that I didn't, you know, realize till later having a kid. You got to make certain sacrifices, but if you can't, you know, do certain things, then obviously that you can't do it, right? He couldn't fly from, you know, wherever he was on the East Coast just to be there for one day and then fly back. It wasn't just. It wasn't logical. It
was something you literally just picked up because you loved being in the barbershop.
I did. Wow. I loved it. Like I said, I loved. So one thing I used to be able to notice was some guy would walk in the shop, and then, you know, be a regular guy, but when he'd walk out, he'd be a completely different person. It was
That's
like
bro.
It was like selling confidence in a way, right? You're just like, man, I just feel good. Like you got, you know, all the hair off your
Scotty
face.
Beam,
right? There you go.
Scotty Beam. That's what you call it when you get beamed up.
Right.
Scotty Beam. Easy.
Right. So, yeah.
That's fire, fam. I want to get into. Well, before I get into it, so how long would you say that's been of you cutting hair?
Since I've been cutting hair professionally or all time?
Let's go all time and then professionally.
Okay, so all time.
Right, that's all together, like it obviously.
Right. So probably 20 years, like all time, but like professionally, probably like 15 or so.
That's a little minute now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a minute.
That's 2 decades, fam.
Yeah. Well, like when I got out of high school, my dad, he told me, he was like, "You want to go to school or you want to go to work?" Right. And work would have been with him. So I was like, all right, I'll go to work.
Yeah.
So I went to work with him, and our first job was in Vegas. 3 months in Vegas, 18 years old. I'm like, damn, all right. Like, welcome to the world. Like, you know what I mean? Most of my homies going to school.
Facts.
I'm like, bro, I'm trying to get this bread because I saw what my dad was doing. I'm like, I'm going to beat him to the chase, right? Yeah. So I'm starting to work, and I'm like, all right, if I learn enough, I could be where he's at. I got a foot in the door already. He can green light me into whatever I got to do. 2 months in there, I'm like, nah, this ain't it, Pops. Yeah. So that was like the hardest conversation I had with my dad early on in my life. I came to my dad one day and I was like, hey, Pop, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't want to do this stuff, man. Like, this is not for me. Yeah. He's like, what are you trying to do? I was like, I think I'm trying to pursue being a barber. And this is before all the. So this is before all the barber stuff was like, barbers are not cool now, right? Like, I was a barber before barber was being cool, bro. It was kind of like people were like, "Oh, you're a barber," you know what I mean? But facts. I had something like I had a passion for it, and when I told my dad I just want to pursue being a barber, till this day, bro, like those words stuck with me. His response was like, "Whatever you do, son, just don't look back. Like whatever you do, go full force, like with confidence, and just keep pursuing it. Like I got your back." He didn't say, don't do that. What are you doing? You're making a big mistake. He was super just loving and just happy for me that I was gonna, pursue something that I wanted to do. And that carried me through the early times of being a barber, because there was times where I was like, damn, what did I do, bro? Yeah. But I heard my dad like, yo, just keep going. Like you're gonna be all right.
That's like one of those make or break moments for real.
Seriously.
Like, as a kid, like I know 18 is not literally a kid, but especially from a parent. Right. Like you telling them something that you don't think necessarily you don't know what they're going to say, but like hearing that they have that support behind you, I know that had to have been like, oh yeah, that's literally probably why you are where you are today.
It was nerve-wracking because my dad was so happy that I was going to go work with him. I remember telling his friends like, yeah, my son's with me now. Like y'all better watch out because he's going to come and take all your, your jobs, and he's going to be your boss one day and this and that. And I'm telling you, like he was giving me like a direct line to shortcut a lot of things that people take years to learn and experience. Position. But he was bringing me along because I was his son. He wanted to, you know what I mean? Right. And that was one of those things I was like, man, I saw how happy it was that I was kind of learning a trade and I was learning how to do things. So that was a hard thing for me to tell him, like, man, like, I don't think I want to do this anymore. And he took it fairly well. He was super supportive right from the get. And
that's fire.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I want to introduce this segment, right? The segment is called Red Flag or Green Flag, right? And I'm basically going to read off to you some scenarios. You're going to give me your personal opinion on what you think is red or green.
What you got going on, bro? All right.
So with the first one, charging different prices for celebrities versus regular clients.
Yeah, that's a red flag. And there's people that do that, mad corny, bro. Mad corny. Clout chasers, we don't like that. I got good people in my circle, bro, and I got good people, my clients. I've turned down clients, too. So it's like, I'm not gonna name drop, but these are big athletes. So to me, it's not about like, oh, you want to cut the best. It's like, if it's not a fit, bro, I'm good. Like, I don't need to cut your hair, bro.
And what is considered the best? I'm not saying like you have to answer that, but like you like, oh, I want to cut I need to cut the best. You know what I mean?
No. So like the
different eyes.
A common name in most households. I've turned down some clients, and I'm not better to do that, but I've been to the point where it's like, all right, like I guess I'm not good enough to cut your hair to the point, or I'm not gonna lower my standards to cut your hair, bro. Like, I know when a good business deal is to do certain things, which I will never like turn down a good business deal. But what's the price of your sanity, bro? Yeah. Like, what's the price of like your dignity and how you carry yourself with honor? Like, is it worth just to be somewhere with someone you really don't like just to say you cut his hair? For me, it's not. You know what I mean? And everybody I cut, I respect them. They respect me. Yeah. I've been to multiple weddings. I've had deep conversations with a lot of these guys. We pray, like all these stuff, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's not about at this point who I cut, which is cool because at the end of the day, I'm still a fan, right? Facts. But sometimes I got to take off my fan hat and be, a brother in Christ hat, or I got to be a barber hat. Like barbers wear many hats, at least me, right? I'm a dad sometimes. I'm a dad all the time. I'm a husband, I'm a barber, I'm a therapist. There's some things that I walk through. I'm a dad, right? So like people that come into my chair, even though they're older than me, I can tell them certain things like, yo, like, I know you're scared about being a dad, but it's going to be all right. You know how many times I told men that in my chair? They're like, yo, I just found out my girl's pregnant. Wow. I said, don't be afraid, bro. You're going to be all right. You're going to be a good dad. And I've seen grown men cry in my chair and say, I just needed to hear that.
Bro, that's the real therapy session.
Bro, I'm telling you. But because I wish I would have heard that, right? And I didn't, but I know how much I love my kids. So when I tell these guys, like, yo, you're going to be a good dad, bro. You're going to be all right. I see a guard fall down where they're just like a relief just fall from the shoulders, right? Weight off the shoulders, right? And I'm like, and I'm just doing what I have to do, bro. Just encouraging, being a light in the room, shining my light. Like, I'm just trying to bless others, man, and just give out positive energy, bro. You know what I mean? That's what I want to do.
I love that, bro. I love the fact that you have that mindset and you carry that mindset. A very humbling mindset, and I respect that a lot about you. Taking a client even when you're late or they're late.
I like to give grace, bro. I'm big on grace because I get grace from God even when I don't deserve it, right? But there's clients that take advantage of just being late all the time, and to me, that don't fly, bro.
Red flag.
Well, the super red flag. There you go, red flag. And the reason why is because I don't have anxiety, thank God. I know some people struggle with it. But if something does kind of spark an anxiety or something like where I get like kind of like, oh, crap, is not respecting people's time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because to me, time is everything, bro.
Yeah. More valuable than money.
For instance, 2020, I was in Miami doing haircuts for the Super Bowl. Jalen, Saquon, Vita Vea, list goes on, right? I was out there. One of my buddies saw that I was out there, and he goes, yo, I got this guy out there who's probably the biggest rapper in the world at the time, right there. It's not Drake, first of all, but he's top 5 for sure, bro. Everybody knows him. And he's like, yo, can you pull up to his place and like just cut him and all his entourage, right? He goes, don't worry, he'll pay you. I'm like, all right, bet. I said, I got a flight to take at, I think it was like 5 o'clock. I go, I'll be there at 12. I'll stay as long as I could. Like, just let him know, like, I could only stay so long because I can't miss his flight. So I bet. So
this
I get there.
This is in the evening or morning?
This is morning.
Okay,
like
cool.
12 p.m., right? So I get there, start setting up, start cutting, 1, 2, 3. And I'm looking at time, and I told my friend, I'm like, look, gang, like, the time is passing. Like, I would love to stay here, but I told you what time I was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
So I had to leave, you know, respectfully. And nothing against that dude. I guess he was shopping because he had a big performance that night. In a perfect world, I didn't have to fly out that night, and I would have waited because I would have kept cutting, you know what I mean? And then I would have, you know, cut his hair too. But time is everything to me. So and from what I heard that he was going to be there at the time, but he did it. Now, so yeah, I'll give him grace, right? Yeah. So, but with me, it's like, especially with my day-to-day, weeklies, bi-weekly clients, they know, bro, like, I push to be on time, right? I'll give a grace period, but if you're constantly late, I'm like, come on, gang. Yeah. And so, yeah, I don't like when clients are late, and I hate being late. I probably hate being late more than I don't like them being late. Yeah. So everything I do, I try to be on time, bro. Facts. Literally. If I'm not early, I'm late. Put it that way. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's what they say. That's the saying. That's how it goes. Ain't no such thing as on time. It's
right.
Either you early or you late.
You early or you late.
Dropping new prices without telling clients.
That's a red flag. I feel like you should let people know what you got going on. Yeah. You know what I mean? Not everybody lives the same lifestyle. So if certain changes, whether it's, you know, it could be drastic to their budget, right? If they can't afford it, that's totally fine, bro. Yeah. Like, I'm not the type of guy that's like, yo,
surprise.
Yeah, surprise, dog. Haircut, you know what I mean? 300. No, nah, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And
I'm running out of the chair.
Right. Make the zero guideline 300. You want it? You want? Nah. So, doing a surprise price drop, that's a red flag. I feel like if they're your clients, they're also supporting your family. It's a two-way street, right? It's not like you need them; they need you just as much as you need them, right? and you should be able to be like, if you're a real barber that respects their business, then you should be able to, you know, be there, be available, be consistent, be honest with them, and they appreciate that. You know what I mean?
I know I do as a
grown
client,
men appreciate that. Grown men appreciate, even though the truth hurts. Look, bro, my prices are going up starting, you know, December, November. You know what I mean? That's just the way, you know what I mean, the book works. So for me, every time I raise my prices, it's always been like, if I'm overly booked for months and months and months, not like a week or two, like super booked where I just can't deal with, you know, the clients that I'm getting, there's only so much time in the day. So it's like, okay, the best way to handle that is to raise the prices, right? The people that obviously don't matter to them, they'll still go. And it sucks because I do lose some clients that way, but it's no harm, no foul. They understand. I'll see them, you know, if they have a haircut, they don't bother me. I'm like, oh, well, what are you doing? It's just a part of the business, right? At the end of the day, it's part of the business. But then, too, it makes way for people that always wanted to sit in your chair that are willing to pay that price. Right? So I always be, like, super transparent. So red flag on raising your prices unexpectedly.
This isn't on the list, but I do want to ask this. What do you think about, like, the barbers who are, like, 100 ahead? Like,
I mean, if
I
you
don't
can
even
do
know
it,
I don't know if those are your prices.
Right.
I'm saying, like, what do you think, like,
so
with society and, like, and how
you know what? I never hate on a barber on what he charges, bro. Because especially in my area, if someone's paying you for what you're charging them, like, okay, like, you know what I mean? So for instance, right, like, the value, right? Like if someone sees value in that, would you pay that? Some people will, some people won't.
Of course.
And I had this conversation with one of my good friends the other day. He comes in twice a week, by the way.
Wow. Twice a week?
Yeah, twice a week.
To get cut?
Yeah, twice a week, $100 each time. Wow. Good friend, bro. Dude's a good man, bro.
Right dude.
Huh?
No, I said righteous dude.
Oh, yeah. Like, right dude. Anyways, we had this full-on debate one time, right? Because he's a big Raider fan, and I'm a big Cowboy fan, right? So he goes, he starts saying, like, oh, Cowboys this, Cowboy that. And I was like, yeah, you can say whatever you want, but we're still the most valuable franchise. He goes, what does that mean? I said, bro, Forbes puts out this list every year, and it's the most valuable franchises, right? And I said, Cowboys have been on top of that list for so long, bro.
That's facts.
Right? I said, hate them or not, people still going to buy that ticket. People still going to watch them. They still going to get the most TV time. They're still going to have the most drama. Yeah. And that's me. I see value in that because that's my team. Yeah. Right? Now, someone that doesn't have
fan?
Oh, super big Cowboy fan, bro. I'm a big Cowboy fan. Breaking news. Not breaking news because I put it out there. It's
breaking news to me, for sure.
So then we were going back and forth, and he was like, what does that mean? I said, bro, it's because people see the value. I said, if Cowboys were to sell right now, I said their bottom number, their starting price, you can't even, say if they're worth $10 billion, I think they were worth $10 billion at the time. I said, you can't offer them 9. Yeah. I go, the bottom number is 10. I said, so it only goes up from there, right? I said, but if you sell the Raiders, I said the Raiders, I think at the time were worth, I don't know, 8. I said their number is 8. You know what I mean? I said, so people see the value in paying 8 for the Raiders and 10 for the Cowboys. It just is what it is. Now, taking back to the barber thing, if someone sees value in paying for a haircut, even though it's good or bad, they're willing to pay it, that's on them, right? Yeah. With me, people see the value in paying for my haircuts, so they'll pay it, you know what I mean? And I've had athletes that were like, I'm good. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that don't harm me, bro. You save me time, too, and hassle that I'm sitting here asking for bread the things that I'm used to getting paid for. You know what I mean?
To that point, I feel like that's how I looked at it. Like, I don't think there's nothing necessarily all the way wrong with it because some of those, some of those moments that you're getting those haircuts are for weddings, for, like, your biggest moments of your life, your biggest, whatever it is that you're going to that you want to have that crisp haircut. So I understand it in some cases, but I am definitely not a
bro. So no, real quick. No, that's cool. So real quick, in my church, I cut a lot the pastor and like a lot of the guys here, but there's certain people that call me in my church the special event barber, dog, because they will pay the extra to make sure they get, you know what I mean?
Get in this chair.
The crispy, right? Yeah. But some people will be like, yo, I'll pay less to get something that gets me by. Not to say that's a bad haircut, but obviously, if they're, why wouldn't they pay? So it just tells you right where they think, right? So why don't they just pay that same price to go to them for the special events? No, I'm the guy that they come see for special events, which I'm not tooting my own horn, but that's what they said, bro. So I'm just repeating what they told me pretty much.
Yeah. Pushing a client's hairline back just a little for the look.
I'm not big on pushback, but there's some people that need it. So I'm going to go green flag.
You're fired.
That's funny.
Playing,
no, you're good. No,
that's
trust me. There's some people that need it, but let's say you needed it. I would tell you, yo, bro, your hairline will look better this way. But if you don't want to, I'm cool with it. Just like with enhancements. Yo, your hairline look, your Beijing, whatever, right topic. Your hairline will look crispier with this, but if you don't want it, that's fine. Like 70% of my clients love the enhancements. Yeah. Some people just like all natural, and they, you know what I mean. So that's like one of those like, where's the gray flag at? Like it's right in the middle, depending on how you're feeling, right? Like some people need it, but I give them the option. It's your hair, dog. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna cut it to the way you like it, bro. I'm gonna give my best cut of what you want, right? And then when I get to that point in your lineup and your shape up, like, yo, you want like this, you want shorter, this or that, right? So
cutting your own hair the day before a big event. Red flag, green flag.
Well, if you're good at cutting it, that's fine. Green flag.
You good at cutting your own hair?
Yeah, but if you got like your barber cancels on you or he's sick or
you have to cut it yourself.
Yeah, you have to cut it. That's a red flag, bro. I'm sure there's a barber out there that, you know what I mean? Cutting your own hair.
I don't know.
I don't think it would ever have to come down. If it's a big event,
I might just not get it cut it off. I might have to just go however it looks.
There you go, too. I would say that's a red flag, in my opinion, because there might be someone that could at least give you a decent shape. Shape, bro. Just shape me up, bro.
What if it's the ones that be like, come here, let me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. What if it's the ones that like, you know that you know what I mean? Like, you know they gonna mess your hairline.
The moment you step in, you're like, what did I get myself into?
Like, you gotta just go with no cut. That's the
man. One time I was traveling, and this is before I was even cutting hair. I was with my dad. It was early on, and I was like, bro, I need a cut. And I wasn't really cutting myself at the time. Like I was doing cuts, but I actually wanted to pay for a haircut. So I found a barber, looked decent. So and there was no one in there, which should have been my first sign, gang. I was like, all right, bet. So I went in there. I was like, yo, let me get a tape. He was like, what's a taper? I said, huh? I said, just the sides and the back.
You did exactly that?
Yeah, I had to go like that. I went like, yo, just right here and in the back. And he was like, no. Okay, sit down. And I instantly regretted it.
I don't want to ask what the ethnicity was because I don't want to make this about
race. It was, what city was it in?
No, the ethnicity of the barber.
Oh, man, it was one of my people's, gang. This Mexican guy did me dirty, bro. It was one of my people's, dog.
It's okay, bro. You were like 10 at the time, though, so that didn't...
No. It was a little older. I was with my dad. Remember? I was
you're like...
Yeah, I was 18. Yeah. So I just didn't want to come out here.
What did he do?
He bushed my shit, bro. Yeah, he bushed my shit. It was bad. I had to go for a low cut. Yeah.
I got to take that out. I can't say that.
Yeah. I had to go for a low cut. It was pretty bad.
Dang.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Okay. Sharing before and after pics without asking. Red flag, green flag.
Red flag. Because even when I do a before and after video of cuts, well, like say with like CJ and them, I'll be like, yo, I got this. I'm gonna film this cut if you don't mind. And I've never been told no. You know what I mean?
Really?
They're like, yeah, cool.
Like nobody's ever.
But
been
like I don't like if we have a conversation in there, no one's gonna be able to hear it because I'm just gonna put music over it. You know what I mean? But before and after, it's a red flag. I mean, I'm sure they would know. Because any picture that I taken of or taken of one of my clients, I've always been like, yo, cool if I get it. They're like, yeah, bro, take it, whatever, right? But I've never been like, snap the photo and
try
then
to get a quick one.
Yeah, nah, that's mad corny to me too. That's weird, bro.
SOC.
Yeah.
All right. Talking too much during the cut.
Hate that. Red flag. Unless I'm asking you a question or unless we kind of like going back and forth. Because a lot of times what I hate is when people talk, they move. And they they move their mouth, they move their head a lot. And to me, it's like, bro, like, if you learn how to talk, we'll keep your head straight. We're good. But like when you're like doing this and you know what I mean? It's
Getting
like, nah.
into it.
So half the time, like in my shop, I'll put on something on the TV and just like let it play. I'll ask a question here and there, you know what I mean? And but even earlier today, I was cutting this guy's hair and I was like, bro, like I'm asking you questions, which is cool, right? It's cool. But he doesn't most actually people don't know how to talk without staying still. There's some people that can do it because that's the right thing to do, but he was one of them that just couldn't do it.
Talkative Tommy.
Yeah, a red flag for me.
Okay. Eating in between cuts.
If you're busy, that's a green flag. If you're busy, there's a lot of times where I'm like, you know what I mean? My clients will be like, yo, I'll take anything you got. I was like, grab something on the way. I'll cut your hair in between. So I'll eat it real quick and then I'll cut their hair. Yeah. Right. So I've not taken a lunch technically and just did like a 5-minute or a protein bar or protein, whatever, right? Something
that's a green flag.
Yeah. So that's a green flag. Yeah. Cool. If have to. Okay. Now, if you're like, you know, if you do have a regular lunch and you just want to eat, like, bro, no one wants to hear you chewing, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to. So green flag, if you have to, because of timing and you're just grinding and you're getting your bread, that's hard, bro. Yeah. Go after it. Get your paper. But if you're like, you got a normal day, it's like, bro, no one wants to hear you chewing like a cow, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm good. Nah.
Well, I don't want to come back and you smelling like food.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Onions and all that. Yeah, no, we're good.
Cutting my...
Hygiene,
give me a cut and you have in and out.
Bro, hygiene is huge to me, bro. I'll never forget when I was younger, I got a haircut and I was getting lined up, and my my barber at the time, Joe had
damn, Joe.
Sorry, Joe. Should have called you Stinky Joe, gang. Stinky Joe, gang. Bro had no deodorant on, brother.
Hey, bruh.
No deodorant on. So he's sitting there doing one of these games, right, lining me up, and I'm getting a direct whiff.
Chill.
It's not it, brother. It's not it. I never forget that. And to this day, I'm like, I extra like, wifey complains about because I overuse body wash, I overuse deodorant, but I'd rather overuse it, you know what I mean, than not use it at all or not use enough, right? So I'm like, whatever.
I'm in tears, bro, because it really be the breath. Like, most barbers need a breath mint.
Right.
And they don't know it, though.
Breath mint, gum, mouthwash.
But did you see me hit one of these? Like, one of those, like, that's me telling you without me telling you.
Without telling?
Yeah, like, not trying to be rude, but like.
Bro, you know what's so funny is.
What is going on?
Every cut, every in-between cut, I'll drink water and I'll do like, because a lot of times their breath stinks from either, you know, not brushing your teeth, poor, you know, hygiene, whatever. So I like drink water. I'll do like little things in between where I'm like, bro, like, not gonna be known as.
Yeah, because when you get that mustache, bro. Yeah. Or when you you know what I mean, like,
bro. You know what's crazy though is like, just as the barber should have his hygiene on check. Yeah. Bro, I swear, nothing pisses me off more than a smelly client. And the worst thing ever, gang, is a sweaty client, gang. I've literally kicked out.
No, you have not.
Hand down, gang. Hand down. I said, bro, I'm not cutting your hair, bro. You're still sweating, bro. Bro said, what's the big deal? I was playing basketball. Yeah. I said, gang, that's gross, bro. Hey. I said, that's gross. Why am I going to cut your hair? You're gross right now, bro. Have some respect, dog. I'm in tears, fam. Have some respect, bro. Bro, that's gross, bro.
Nah, bro, my biggest pet peeve is somebody who stinks. I'm not joking.
Right.
Anybody who knows me knows that is like instant flame. You're getting flamed on the spot if you stink. I'm not joking.
Right.
With love, though. It's all out of love.
With that, you're getting flamed. Another thing wifey complains about, I love going through toothbrushes, bro.
That's really funny, fam.
I love going through toothbrushes, bro. I don't know why. Gotta get it. I'm a new toothbrush guy. Every 10 days, I got a new toothbrush. I don't think that's necessary, but to me it is in my mind. I feel like, yo, that's old already. I need a new toothbrush.
I don't even want to continue to talk about this because I'm going to be in tears. So I have to go to the next topic.
Stinky clients, stay away. We do
Chopped.
not want stinky clients.
I want to get into your rise of success.
Okay.
And your future in the Modelo campaign. And I want to talk about the fighting spirits and how did that come about and what's the story behind that and how did you land that?
Bro, okay, cool. So, first shout out Modelo, man. They really, really, really changed my life big time. What happened was in 2020, I get this call, right? And no one's cutting hair in barbershop, so I'm doing house calls everywhere, right? And I'm doing this house call in Newport Beach. And what happened was I'm doing this house call. I get this random call from Chicago. And at the time, Modelo, Constellation Brands, I think they're based out of Chicago, if I'm not mistaken, or still. And I get this call, and this lady was like, is this Philly? I'm like, yeah, it is. She's like, we want to know if you want to do a beer commercial. And I hung up on her, bro.
What?
The reason why, hold on, context. Growing up, I'm always pranking. I'm always playing around. Me and my buddies, we used to like to prank call each other and be like, yo, you got a job interview at, let's just say, like Subway. Can you come in today or tomorrow? And then they'd be like, yeah, I'm so excited. I don't remember submitting whatchamacallit, what do they call what is it called? The job
resume,
application there. Job application. Yeah, they were like, but I'll for sure be there. And we'd go as far as to like going and like parking on like, bro, we were vicious, bro. Pranks were like our thing. You know, boys just being boys, man. You know, we wanted to just clown, right? So I instantly thought like someone was pranking me, bro. You know what I mean? And when she called me, she said, we want to know if you want to do a beer commercial. I clicked on her. And I started cutting hair, and I didn't even tell the person I was cutting what was going on because I was like, oh, it's a joke. Someone's playing with me. And then she called back, this lady, and she was a black woman, bro, because the way she scolded me was crazy, gang. She scolded me like she knew me, dog. Yeah. She was like, you better not hang up like that. I was like, yo, what? She was like, this might be the biggest opportunity of your life, and you're going to hang up. I said, and that changed everything. I was like, yo, I could hear the urgency in her mouth, like in her voice, right? So I was like, yo, what is this? So she was like, I just want to know if you want to do this or not. And I was like, all right, yeah, what's going on? She goes, okay, but before we get started, we got to interview you. We got to see if you're something if we want to go forward with you. I said, okay. She says, how about Monday? All right, she goes, when can we interview? I said, how about Monday? She goes, okay, what time? And I go, how about 10 a.m. my time? And she was like, okay, I'll call you then. So I said, all right. Still didn't think nothing of it, right? So Monday comes around. She calls me like 9:55. She's like, hey, just want to let you know we're getting ready. I got other people on the other line. I'm going to merge the calls right now. We're going to have an interview. Okay, cool. So
are you taking it serious at this point? Or
yeah, because I'm like, okay, whatever it is, like it is what it is. Like I'm at this point, like she scolded me enough, like it is what it is. So she puts me on the line. And everybody kind of introduced, so hey, Philly, so-and-so, hey, Philly, so-and-so. I don't remember the names at the time, right? Still don't, except one name. So then she puts me on the line. They start asking me questions, right? Stories kind of like what we're doing now, asking me about life, what you got going on, how'd you start working. And then they said, what's one thing in life, and I might butcher how they asked this, but it was kind of similar to this. It was like, what's one thing in life that you would say that helped you define like your fighting spirit or moments or something like that? And I was like, at the time, you know, I'm a full-blown believer now. My daughter's like 3 or 4, right? And I'm like, oh man, like my faith in God. And at the time I'm like, okay, so like I know sometimes beer companies and alcohol products tend to stay away from like religious things, right? But that was never gonna faze me because like, you know, like whatever God has for me is gonna happen for me, like straight up. And I've never been one to kind of shy away from like expressing my love and gratitude. Right. Which shout out CJ because I love when he does that, bro. Especially post game, I love that's like to me that's bigger than anything. He could win a Super Bowl, but I'll always go back to like, yo, when you do that, that's fire, bro.
Yeah, he does a great job.
You know what I mean? So at the time, I was just like, all right, boom. I said that, and I was like, they're for sure not gonna pick me, bro. Like I don't even know who it was. They just said a beer company. Still didn't know it was Modelo, right? Fast forward, a couple months go by. It's November. I'm in Jupiter, Florida, on set for a Michelob Ultra commercial with my boy Brooks, Kepka, and Spike Lee. I'll show you that photo. It's pretty dope. I'm on set for the Michelob Ultra commercial with Brooks and Spike Lee, and it was cool, bro. It was a dope experience. Brooks told me to go out there, cut his hair. It was super dope. Got to meet Spike, took a picture with him. Everything super dope. Spike hit me up, was like, "Where you from?" I said, "I'm from LA." He goes, "Oh, you a Laker fan, huh?" Like anything I think with Spike is like wherever you're from, he like automatically throws you like, "Oh, that's your home team, huh?" And he just kind of takes a shot at you, like he tests the water.
New York game, that's why.
Yeah, he just tests the waters like that, right? That's the vibe I got from him. But he was super dope, bro. Super loving.
What's your favorite Spike Lee movie?
Oh,
side note.
Favorite Spike Lee movie. I mean, there's only one right answer, gang.
What is it?
Come on, gang.
I like Do the Right Thing.
Do the Right Thing? Nah, I like. I'm brain farting right now. It's the one with Denzel. What am I? Dude, He Got Game.
They just came out with
He Got Game. Too. Yeah, the He Got Game, because I got the My favorite shoe. Well, one of them is the He Got Game 13s, right? So I got those, right? But yeah, Spike was dope, bro.
Fire.
Super dope, super nice.
That's true.
And that was always dope. You know what I mean? Because you never know what kind of vibe you're gonna get when you meet somebody super nice, bro. Anyways, as I'm like, they're kind of wrapping up, I'm just chilling right there, and I'm going through old emails. I'm like, yo, like, I wonder whatever happened with that beer thing they were talking about. So I have an email thread that they were just asking me small questions here and there, but I haven't heard from them months, right? It was just right after the interview, they just asked me a few more questions.
Yeah.
So I went back all the way back to the email thread, and I asked them, I was like, hey, I'm on a beer set right now. Whatever happened to that? And this lady was like, yo, your ears might be ringing. I'm like, what do you mean? They were like, just stay close to your phone. So I'm like, all right, I don't know what that means, but whatever it is, I'm gonna stay with it.
Yeah.
After that, December 15th, 2020, I got a call from them. And they said, Philly, we just want to congratulate you. We picked you out of, I want to say it was 20 people that they had in consideration. We want to do a commercial on you and your upcoming in the barber game and your life pretty much and all your success. And even at that time, bro, I didn't think it was going to be like what it came out to be. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, thank you. I was super pumped.
Yeah.
Right? And they were like, now we can tell you it's a Modelo commercial. So I already had seen prior like Modelo commercials where they do it with people, but I was like, no way, bro. I'm like, crazy, not me. Bro. Not me at all. I'm thinking, there's no way, bro. Yeah. Like, the stuff like that doesn't happen just right like to people, right? So they figure out a date when they want to shoot, and they said, okay, boom. It was like some early January of 2021, and we started shooting that day. And when I got on set, they were like, yo, this is one of the bigger sets we've seen in a while.
Really?
I'm like, what? Like, I'm still so puzzled, bro, because I'm still like,
bro, it still hasn't hit you?
I'm still like, still kid from East LA. I'm still like, I still got my wife and my kids. I'm not big time. Like, I work with athletes, but like, I'm not one of them, bro. Like, I'm just a service guy. Yeah, I have relationship where we bond and we chill, but like, I'm super, super humble road, bro. I'll always take humble road, bro. You know what I mean? And
but it's very rare, so I can understand.
So right,
the mindset in it.
Right. So I get there, they do the commercial. It's 2 days, bro. 2-day commercial, full set. Have my own trailer, which is crazy because usually I'm cutting in these trailers. Yeah. Now I go and my trailer has my name on it. I'm like, what's happening right now, bro? It was a crazy feeling. Like gives me goosebumps, bro. Right. So definitely I do that, and then even then I thought it was gonna be like a small clip, some YouTube stuff or whatever. I did not think it was gonna be what it was, dog. March 9th, I'm sorry, of 2021, 2 months after we filmed. I was just like, they were like, yo, you might see your commercial today, like be on the lookout. And this lady was like, she was like, yeah, it might be on this, and this platform. And I was watching ESPN that morning, it was Monday morning, and it was the first take, and they just went to a commercial. And I said, bro, what is going on right now? And I see myself, and I was just like, wow.
Did you record it?
That moment, that emotion, I should have, but it was just like, I'll never forget that.
That's a great feeling, though.
You know what I mean?
To be in the moment.
Yeah, to be in the moment. I was definitely in the moment, and it was cool to...
Because now it's on YouTube, too.
It's on YouTube. Bro, bro, they've just been a big blessing. And bro, like, even being recognized from it still is kind of crazy. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's cool, right? Like, the whole Modelo thing is cool. But everything happens for a reason, man. I think the way all that happened is because it was a moment in my life where God tested me, and I feel like I passed the test, and He blessed me in ways that I can't even imagine. Which was that?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so dope, bro.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, it was cool,
Like,
man.
that's like it's one of those moments you like never, ever, really ever forget. Like one of those pivotal moments that's also make or break you.
Yeah.
Like, and that's amazing to just hear how that even happened, to be honest with you. Like, do you believe it now?
I still like every once in a while. What's crazy is like some of my friends, or I'll be with, like I said the other day, I was at a big time country concert, and one of the guys that I was with, he was like, bro, like, you know who this dude is? He was like, he looks familiar. And then he'll be like, yo, he's a Modelo commercial, whatnot. And so a lot of my friends would be like, yo, like, that's such a cool moment. Like, I'll never stop telling you how cool that was. And it's like I said, it was like, oh, that's cool. Like, the flowers were there again, you know what I mean? It was cool, but I still thinking about it from time to time. It's like, wow, that's crazy. Like,
Nah,
like
bro,
I said, bro, I'm just
say that?
normal kid, East LA,
Right.
you know, slept in my car at one point and just told my whole story.
Was that before? That was obviously before the Modelo commercial.
Yeah.
Was that like
so that's
the story that was told?
That the story was told is I had to sell my car to pay. So I was working for this guy, right? And I just gave my life to God. And I used to party with these guys a lot at the barbershop, go out, club, party. And when when you fully convert, right, and you go to God, it changes you, right? So like I no longer had the urge to do that because I was chasing, the Lord rather than chasing, sin, right? To my best ability.
Yeah.
And one of the things I was able to do, thank God, I was still able to work around them, but I wasn't a part of them, right? And so the boss that I was working for at the time, I think he was just dealing with some things, you know what I mean, that are ungodly, you know what I mean? And he fired me. One day he came to me, he was like, yo, he goes, I need you to stop saying that. And I'm like, stop saying what? And Holy Spirit told me, he was like, he wants you to renounce me. He wants you to like pretty much like stop talking about God. And I wasn't preaching in my shop. I wasn't preaching to my clients. It was as simple as like, hey, God bless you, bro. Like they felt a different shift in me because I wasn't who I was, you know what I mean? And it was as simple as a God bless you and all that stuff. So when they would leave, right, or how you doing, bro, or love you, bro, like God bless you, bro, praying for you, whatever, right? Nothing more, nothing less. Because one thing I hated as being a pastor's kid is when people would push Christianity on me, like, you're gonna go to hell, you're gonna do this. Like I didn't like that, bro. That to me, that actually pushes people away, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Than showing them like with love and grace, like, hey, bro, like, love you, dog. Like, having a good day, yeah, cool. And the joy of the Lord will kind of shine bright, right? Matthew 5:16, right, where so all the world can see. So like people start seeing that in you, and they'll be like, yo, what's that thing? Like, Baron, like I noticed you.
Yeah.
You got something special about you, bro. Like, what do you do? Like, oh, bro, I go to church, right? See, things like that. So people started seeing that in me, and
they say some of the greatest testimonies, or some people have never read the Bible, but some of the greatest testimonies or reading of a Bible you could give somebody is your life, like how you walk in this life.
I like that. So long story short, he fired me, and when he fired me, I was cutting my dad's hair. That's why I said I'm gonna take this back because my dad, who gave me the confidence to chase the dream, I also got fired in front of him, and I still kept chasing the dream.
That's
and
crazy.
that was when that was when my wife was pregnant with our daughter.
Wow.
So I just gave my life to Christ. I just lost my job. I'm still trying to chase this dream. And now I'm like, yeah, bro.
You in the woods.
Right.
You in the forest.
So I know that when he was gonna fire me, I felt it coming, right? I sold my car, bro. And I sold my car to pay for my barber license.
Wow.
Yeah, sold my car, paid for my barber license, and it's just like one door, a move in faith opened a door for me that I never like saw coming, right? Real. It was like another move in faith. All right, thank you for that, God. It was just, it kept like another step of a faith move. It just like opened another door of things that eventually helped my career. Yeah, so.
That's powerful, fam.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
That's legitimately powerful.
And that's what the Modelo commercial really showed was they didn't get into like the details of the I guess the quote unquote religious part of that, but they got into pretty much the commercial is my testimony, dog.
That is fire.
Right.
And that's why I'm glad we're talking about it, because I've watched the commercial.
Right.
And I was wondering, like, well, what is the, you know what I mean? What is behind all of that?
Right. No, the commercial.
To hear it from you
it's my testimony, bro. Wow. Straight up.
That's
like
fire,
I said,
fam.
Sleeping in my car, the one thing I had, started renting a room. So I was like, okay, cool. Now I got a place to sleep. Then I sold my car to pay for my license. Created stability where I would be able to work no matter where. My wife, fiance at the time, got pregnant. Lost my job. So it's like like things, you know what I mean? Yeah. Sometimes I tell people like it's sometimes it's good for people when they kind of like convert and give their life to God, but sometimes it doesn't go as smooth because you don't see it that way. But sometimes I feel like God needs to break you down and then build you back up to the person he really wants to be, right? Because I don't think I'm so loyal, bro. Like I'm super loyal to the soul. That's one thing. It actually I'm so loyal to the point where it's like a crutch to me. Like, like for instance, I probably would have never left that shop if that guy would have never fired me. Yeah. That's how loyal I was. Yeah. Right? Being that I would have been there, dealing with those guys who weren't saved, been in a weird atmosphere now because I changed, I still would have stayed there, you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's like my loyalty, right? My loyalty lies like if you give me a chance, I'll never turn my back on you. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's just something that I have. Like, so Modelo really just showed my testimony, and
that's fire.
Yeah, yeah.
That's like truly fire. I think like I feel like this is my first time really hearing it in that this version, I guess you would say, because I know you had mentioned it a little bit before, but like I never like hearing the whole thing is like that's fire, fam. How would you say that was the change in trajectory for your career, or would you say you worked with Amari Stoudemire before?
Dude, that's a funny story. So that's the first athlete I ever worked with. Want to get into that?
Let's get into it. Yeah, so, was that All-Star Weekend, right?
Yeah. So 2018, one of my clients at the time, he was like, "Yo." He was really into shoes. And, you know, during All-Star Week, wherever they have the All-Star game, they always have, like, pop-up shoe drops or whatever, right? Yeah. He was like, yo, let's go to Kith. They're going to do these LeBrons, whatever. Like, I want to get them. For me, I was like, all right, like, let's go. But I don't know why, bro. I swear I don't know why. I was like, and I've done this a few times and it always work. I'm like, yo, I'm going to take my Clippers. Had no reason to take my Clippers. Yeah. I was going to go with him to LA. He was going to take me to his Adidas event because he's plugged in the shoe game, right? Yeah. But I'm like, when am I going to use my Clippers? But I just take them because what's the best availability, right? So I'm like, all right, let me do this. Took my Clippers. He goes into Kith. He gets his thing. He's like, yo, let's get something to eat. So we go across the street to Wahlburgers, right? And we're just eating, right? We're kind of like across from each other eating, just chopping it up. And behind him, I see Amari Stoudemire, right? And like Amari Stoudemire stands out anywhere you're at. Right. But in broad daylight in Hollywood, bro, you're like, bro, like clearly, bro, that's Amari Stoudemire, like, bro. So like I beeline it. We're talking like this, and I beeline it to him. And for whatever reason, I was like, yo, Amari, like, I'm here cutting hair right now. Like, if you need a cut, let me know. Like, cool. He's like, when can you do it? I said, I can do it right now. He goes, right now? I said, yeah. He goes, all right, bet. He goes, here, text me. He goes, this is where I'm staying at. Boom, boom. I said, bet. So I came back, finished my food hella fast, boom, boom. I said, hey, gang, I'm going to go cut Amari Stoudemire's hair. And he was like, all right. He goes, I don't know if I'm going to go. I said, you don't have to go, but you can because you're with me. Like, I'm not going to say you can't go. So he was like, all right, let's go. And I just applied that to pretty much anybody I've cut, like, that I didn't get referred to or whatever. Like, if they say no, they say no. But if they say yeah, you have the ability to kind of showcase your work on some of these guys, and that's what I did.
That's fire.
Yeah, bro.
How was that?
It was cool.
But would you say that was definitely a change? Was that a change in your barber career?
It just showed
at
me the
time,
blueprint, bro.
Yeah.
It was a blueprint moment for me.
Wow.
It showed me like, look, bro, like if you do it and you just chase it and you're persistent and you're available, like only good things can come out of that. Like, yeah, there will be times where you hear no or that, but if you're persistent and you're good at cutting hair, then things like that more often than not happen. You know what I mean? Or you start cutting up some of these guys.
It's the mindset.
Right.
Did you keep cutting him after that?
I cut him up a few times, and then I think he was playing in Israel or something like that. He was playing overseas somewhere. I don't know where. I think it was there, and then I haven't seen him, so it was like no, you know what I mean? No harm, no foul.
Did that open up the door a lot more for other athletes? Or?
Not even because he never posted me. It just opened the door because of the blueprint. Like I said, it taught me that if I wanted to do something, I just got to go ahead and do it, right? So, and then, you know, my work will speak for itself once I'm there, you know what I mean? So I wasn't worried about, like, giving a good haircut. I was just worried about, like, if the opportunity presents itself, I'm going to be ready. And it did, and I was ready.
How did you maintain, like, your authenticity through your growing of success after that?
My wife holds me down, bro. It's not for everybody. I understand marriage is not for everybody. But my wife does a good job of keeping me grounded, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She does a good job of, like, holding me down at home, holding my kids down. She allows me to do things like this, go to events, fly out to things. She holds it, you know what I mean?
That's
so
real.
It's an appreciation thing. When all I can give her back is my loyalty and just, you know, just telling her like she'll tell me like, hey, I don't like that you did that. Like you should change this up with your business. So she helps me stay grounded with a lot of things. And obviously the Lord, bro. I spend a lot of time praying. I should spend more because everybody should, but I feel like people can see that, bro. I feel like people can read through that and see that. Not to name drop him again, but like, I feel like CJ, when he like comes to church with me, that's cool, bro. Like, because whether it's him or anybody else I invited, like he still came, he was still there, and I'm sure if CJ didn't see me as someone that he can chop it up with or spend time with, right, that he would have never showed up, right? Just like anybody else don't make time for things that they don't want to do, right? So trying to be authentic, trying to be real with everybody is just being who you are. Like, I don't need to be the cool guy, bro. I don't need to do this just so you can think I'm cool, right? And that's one thing a lot of people will do. They're like, yo, if I do this, I bet you'll think I'm cool.
They're too cool for school.
Nah, but then a lot of times they think you're corny, gang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how it really be.
And real people can see past it. So there's people that I don't even text back. So I'm like, gang, like, you think that, like, if I get invited to something, you think I'm just automatically taking you. No, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It wasn't a plus one. It was like, hey, I got invited, so I want you there to come and hang out. You know what I mean? And to me, it's like, being authentic to me is huge. It's huge. It's staying grounded, staying true, staying humble. And I never forget what happened to me, man. I never forget like sleeping in my car, bro. Like, I have those thoughts. I have those thoughts where I'm like, dang, bro, like, I remember coming home one day, and at one point I was living with my family, my aunt and my uncle, and I was so broke, bro. I was collecting food stamps, and I told my uncle, I was like, here, if I give you all my food stamp money, like, I don't need a ride on nothing. Can I just like sleep on the floor? He was like, sure, right? But I would think, like, if I gave you my food stamps, that at least assures me a meal at night, like a dinner plate, right? Like, I'm putting into the pot, right? And one time I came home, and I'll never forget this. I got home and I see my uncle, my aunt, my cousins, they're all eating. And I was like, all right, bet. Like, I just got home. I took 4 buses to get home, bro. Like, hella buses, gang. Takes me sometimes an hour, 2 hours to get home. Then I had to walk crazy, right? So I get home. I had no money to buy anywhere else food. So I'm like, I'm going to get home and I'm a grub. Get home. And I was like, yo, all right, cool. Like, let me get a plate. And my aunt's like, I didn't make enough for you. That's what she tells me.
What?
I'll never forget those words, bro. She was like, I didn't make enough for you. It's like, what do you mean? She was like, mind you, every time we're there, we're grubbing, having dinner, breaking bread. And
she knows you're there.
Yeah, she knows that's what I'm coming to.
Night.
Yeah. I'm coming home to that. That's the norm.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I didn't make enough for you. And she just came with some kind of attitude. And I was like, all right. So I was just like, man, like those kind of moments and those kind of memories, like even though they're kind of like bad memories to people, they keep me grounded. Like I'm gonna stay who I am. I'm never gonna let the highs be too high, the lows be too low. I'm gonna take them for what it is, right? And I'm appreciative of everything, bro. Literally everything, bro. You know what I mean?
That's real.
I'll go to dinner with some of these guys that are in the league, bro. Of course, they got more bread than I do, but I'll pick up a tab, bro. Like I'm not too good to pick up a tab. Yeah. You know, when people start expecting things, that's when things get weird. You know what I mean? Then people are like, "Yo, like I know I got it, but." You know what I mean? Right. I'll overly say thank you just to show my appreciation, and I'll pick up a tab. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you can ask whoever you want. I picked up tabs. Some being not so bad, some being a little steep. And it's not like I had it, but it was like, it's just an appreciation thing. Right. You know what I mean? Because they picked up tabs too. You know what I mean? And it just is what it is. It's the right thing to do. Yeah, it's the right thing to do, bro. You know what I mean? Facts. And that actually goes back to when you asked me the red flag, green flag, about changing your prices, right? Yeah. So it's like some people will sit with some of these guys in the league and be like, yo, he's going to take care of it. I see it time and time again, which is cool because most times they want to provide and they want to bless, right? But like I picked up tabs, like, and it feels good to do that, bro. It feels good. It feels like, yo, I bless you, bro. Like I'm glad I was able to do that. I'm glad God put me in a position where I at least had some saved up bread to be like, yo, like I got this one. Right. You've taken the last 3 or 4 tabs. Like, let me get one, bro. You know what I mean?
Nah, so, facts, for real, bro. I think, because you never, expectation is assumption. And, like, that always leads to the wrong place anyway. Right. So it's like, 100%. You never want to assume anything. Like, take it for what it is. And
what'd you ask me when I first walked in here? You going to make it out to a game? Now, first time I seen your boy after he came back, he was like, yo, you need to come out. I'm not going to assume that I'm just gonna go there and it's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like that, you see the way I answered. I was like, I'll see if I make it out. That's the way I am, because other people be like, yeah, because he told me to go, I'm gonna go, and I'm just gonna assume it's gonna be the red carpet rolled out for me. It's not the way it works, man. Like, earn your place at the table, dog. Some people need to learn how to earn their chair at the table. You know what I mean?
No, you ain't lying.
And then once they get there, like, it's all gravy, bro. You know what I mean? Pick up the tab, do things, do that.
There's nothing better, I think, than when we're all there. Yep. And it's like, nah, I got it this time. Or, you know what I mean? Like, we all rushing to the table to put our card down there. Like, we playing card roulette in the hat or something, you know?
Dude,
like,
that's sick. I've yet to play that. I want to play that.
No, I've yet to play it too. But I'm just
you just think, hey, you dreaming. Yeah, you're speaking into existence.
I'm definitely finna be on the way there. And we definitely going to play that game, you know? But I'm just saying, like, you never want to be in a position where you just assume, but, like, to get, like you said, work your way up there, so, and all things are gravy.
Yep, 100%.
Best moment in your career so far?
Besides the Modelo commercial, I went to Turks twice, bro.
Really?
And one time the first time I went was for my boy. I'm gonna go see him next week. Brooks Koepka, he 5-time major winner. He's a stud golfer, bro. Dude's nasty, bro. Fire. Yeah, bred it up, got blessed. I think he's on like $100+ million contract. Like he's very blessed. Thank God because he's one of the coolest people ever, bro. Right? So we flew me and my wife out to Turks and Caicos for his wedding. I cut him and his boy's hair, and he was like, "Yo, I took care of you and your wife." I'm like, all right, bet. So I went into this. We were staying on a resort, and we went to the resort, and he gave us like damn near like a honeymoon suite, bro.
What?
And it was just after we had our son, bro. Like a month or two after, and that was cool because it was much needed time for me and her. But it was something that I could never afford. It was stupid. Like, bro, I knew how much he spent into that thing, and he blessed me. So that was like. And I say that's the best experience because my clippers paved the way for that moment, right?
Yeah.
Like, I gave him a haircut, which led to a good friendship, which led to that.
Right.
Second time I went to Turks was super fire too. I went with Jalen. He flew me and my family private with him.
Wow.
Right? That was dope. I think based off the pictures, we stayed at the same house. Bro.
You?
No, that same house y'all stayed in when you went to Turks.
Yeah.
We stayed there, I think, a couple weeks after y'all.
There's no way. For
Bro,
real?
I swear, bro. I swear.
Fire.
Came with the chef.
That was a nice house. Yeah.
Came with the chef three times a day. The pool, and then had to walk out to the sand. Had the same one, bro.
Yeah,
I gave Jalen a cut on the sand, bro. I swear.
Down the little steps.
Yeah, right down on the steps on the sand.
Talking about that.
Bro, we were doing jet skis.
Yeah.
We did quads.
Bro, we was trying to do them jet skis every day. We was on them jet skis
every day, right?
Trying to get to what is it called? Noah's Ark.
Oh, trying to go. Oh, did they let you go out there?
Yeah, we were sliding. In
Did
Noah's
you get
Ark
to Noah's Ark though, or not? So we didn't get to go to Noah's Ark because when we went on the quads, first of all, the jet ski guy was like only an hour or something like that. He was like tripping.
Yeah.
Right, and then the kids.
Do you remember
it was like two families there, bro.
Okay.
So it's like
Gotcha.
the vibes were definitely different, right? Like if it was a guy's trip, we'd go out, we'd do whatever we want, right? But the fellas stepped out, right? Like me and Jalen, the photographer, we stepped out, and we got to do like the quads and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
But we kind of stayed around that big like waterfront they had there because the kids wanted to get on, and it was like that place is fire, bro.
No, it's a beautiful place. That's definitely like.
What room did you have? We had the one
downstairs
all the way to the left.
Right when you walk in.
To the right.
And it's to the left, like the first room to the left.
The one by the glass at the end to the left.
No,
like all the way.
I know what you're talking about. That's by the pool. No,
yes, that's the room we had. It was.
I think
fire,
Jax had that room. I stayed in the one when you walk through the door. It's literally to the left, like the first one to the left, right by the staircase.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay, I didn't know there was a room right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
bro.
you stepped.
Like right there, bro. No, that's the movie theater room.
That's what I thought you slept at.
No, dude.
I was like, yeah, I know you
There's one
slept at.
right
next to the
there.
movie theater room on the other
Yes,
side.
right,
yeah, you're right. I thought they
there.
put you in the movie theater.
You're crazy.
Like,
They put me. It's crazy.
Well, I know you who you're with, gang. You know what I mean? Everybody get
I'm
the
not
room.
sleeping in the movie theater room.
It's a couch, gang. You never slept on a couch.
No, I'll sleep on a couch.
Someone says, yo, you go to Turks, but you gotta take the couch. All right.
I'm definitely taking the couch.
That's what I'm saying. Gang.
But I was just letting you. I was clarifying.
Okay.
I knew you was thinking the movie.
I was like,
theater
because I
room.
forgot the other room. That's what the photographer was saying in that room then where you guys were at.
Yeah, no, that room
Yeah,
was really
and
nice.
I remember.
And in fact, the movie theater room was so nice that I would sleep in the movie theater room.
I fell asleep in the movie theater room twice.
Yeah.
Like on some being out on the water so long, you come back, you
Tired.
eat, and you're just chilling, you just take a nap.
That was a beautiful home. I think that was definitely blessed enough to say a top vacation I've been on for sure. It was really nice.
You ever fallen off a jet ski?
Yes, I have.
So I fell off a jet ski when I was there, right? And I'm so glad that I had the upper body strength I had because it takes everything to get on the. You gotta literally, right? And I know based on, I have homies that I know will not be able to get back on that jet ski, dog.
Yeah, no, you're cooked.
You're cooked if you can't. You're gonna have to get towed.
You're hibachi.
Yeah, straight up.
I'm telling you right now, like it is hard, especially when you're in the ocean,
bro.
And that's where I fell off. I don't even know if I think I was in like the Bay, not in Turks, but like in San Diego. I was in like the Bay, I think. But it's the ocean's right there. The waves are strong. It's definitely hard to get back on.
Yeah, bro. So that's one thing. That's funny you say that because I fell off. And I was so glad I had enough strength to get back on that jet ski, bro. I would have been cooked, bro.
Hey, fam. Was
so that's why I said
we'll take a trip together soon.
Dude, we should do that. Yeah. So what I said was those are the best haircut experience because I did cut his hair there and both times, but it was the fact that like the first time I went with wifey and we did our own thing, the second time I went with Jalen, right? And he spared no expense, bro. Like, he blessed us so fat with that, bro. Yeah. Like, even to the point, man, shout out Jalen for real, because when he flew back, he was like, yo, we're going to go to Tennessee. You want to go with us? He's like, yeah, bet. So I went back to his crib with Tennessee family, right? And my daughter turned 9 out there, right? He was like, yo, what do you want to do for her birthday? And I was like, I mean, man, we just took her to Turks, bro. I think we're good. Like, I think she got everything. I think she got everything she could want. And then he goes, Nah. All right, whatever. I didn't think nothing of it. So, granted, I know his daughter's birthday was close too. He actually like made my daughter feel just as special that day on his, and he rented out like a whole movie theater. And it's like he's always done things for the kids, man. And every time I see him, I'm like, dude, you're such a good dad, bro.
Yeah.
Because I really give him his flowers on that, being a good dad, because I think men need to hear, like, yo, you're doing a good job, man. Like,
I agree.
Keep it up. Like, from the outside looking in, I love seeing you being a dad, bro. That's dope. You know what I mean? And I'm a dad. So when I see another dad be a dad, I'm like, yo, that's fire, dog. You know what I mean?
No, fact.
So,
if you couldn't pick up the Clippers tomorrow, how would you express your creativity?
Based on the relationships I made, I'll figure out some. Bro, I'm such a dog on like getting things done. I'll figure out a way to do something. I don't know exactly what I'll do, but man, I don't know. Clothes, hats.
Yeah.
I don't know. Make cleats. You know what I mean? Something dope. You know what I mean? Figure out how to get into rooms. I feel like I can get in rooms a lot of people can't.
Yeah.
So I'll find a way to do that and just kind of just trying to be. I would try to be someone that I can be something that I can add, you know, to something dope.
What would you say is like a passion or skill outside of barbering that you wish you could spend more time on?
Bro, if I probably wasn't a barber, I probably would have been some kind of a chef.
Really?
Because I love to cook. I love to cook.
Second time I've heard that. But
Yeah.
What can you cook?
So I can smoke, right? I can smoke like Texas style, you know, ribs, briskets, all
Do
that.
you have any reviews on that?
I mean, family. I cook for all my family all the time.
Any friends?
We should. I'll be
biasness with the family.
Yeah. I'd be happy to cook for y'all, bro. But grilling, you know what I mean? I think when you're a dad, bro, you gotta know how to grill, bro.
Yeah.
Does that make you? Are you a dad even? If you can't even like,
you gotta be unk. That's unk status.
Yeah,
for real.
you gotta, you know what I mean?
Sandals, apron.
I'll do whatever, bro. Just have a little, you know, little brewski, and I'm out there cooking. But I'll probably be a chef. I love watching that stuff. I love the creativity behind it. One of my like big time, not idols, but someone that I looked up to in like the smoking, like, you know, it's some guy by the name of Matt Pittman. He runs a thing called Meat Church, and like, bro, like he's like the
real deal.
He gave me a follow the other day.
That's
He's like, yeah, bro. I was like, yo, what? And he was like, yo, let's make a video together. Like, I think we could come up with something dope. So that should be coming out.
He's based out in Cali,
Texas.
Oh dang.
So he's like the official pit master for the Cowboys now. Yeah,
That's fire.
Yeah, he hit me up. It was, you know, shout out to Dak and them because Dak really plugged me in with them. But yeah,
that's true. How would you say your faith and seek first the kingdom scripture influences your daily decisions? Life and daily decisions, excuse me.
So I'm not like the best at waking up and like going through a prayer routine, right? But one thing I do pride myself on is like when I get in my car, I'm heavy on worship.
Yeah.
So like on my way to work, I can't listen to anything else. It has to be worship in the morning for me. Because that's one of the things is like a seek first the kingdom moment. I got to seek first God. I can't control when I'm sitting down, I'm on IG, I'm doing this, I'm on YouTube, I'm doing this. I'm doing a million things getting ready. But when you're driving, you can't really be on your phone. So I just put on some music, and it's usually just worship. So that's my sit down, seek first the kingdom. And, dude, I'm like all about like listening to worship. Big time.
Yeah, that's me too, fam. That was me on the way here. I ain't gonna fake.
Same. I swear.
Yeah.
If I press play on my phone right now, it's gonna be a worship song.
I know who you are. I believe you. Philly, what's one rule you feel every barbershop should have in the world?
Consistent barbers. Be consistent on trying to be better, bro. Some guys get complacent.
Okay.
Be consistent on trying to get better. Literally. That's like I think every barbershop owner should strive to be better in every aspect, whether it's cleanliness. If you're a barbershop, usually you're dealing with kids, so don't have like nothing crazy going on. Be respectful. The owner should set boundaries right off the rip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah.
What's one thing you want everybody to take with them when they leave this episode?
I'm gonna get straight to it, man. I'm nothing without God. So if you see me and you see just a smidge of success it's all been because God has allowed me to live through it. I carry that with me heavy. Be nice to everybody, love on everybody, man. Me personally, there's a lot going on in the world. Just remember, someone's always, most of the time, got it worse than you. So I hate people feeling sorry for themselves a lot. You know, get to work, trust in God, do right by others, and good things will come back to you.
You heard it from the man himself.
Yo, real quick, shout out to Baron, man. This has been a dope experience, bro. Something I got out of this real quick as the outro is that I see you doing major things in this industry with the podcast. From your intro to your outro to the questions I've never really heard. So keep it up, bro.
That's love, bro.
Yeah, you got a bright future, man.
Thank you, fam.
God bless you, brother.
My dog. Cuts, culture, and conversations. Philly the Barber gave us all 3. That's life without the game. See y'all next time. Thank you for tuning in.